Hello, welcome back to another video lecture on basic algebra. In this video we're going to be talking about the point-slope formula. So the point-slope formula is used to find the equation for a line in the form y equals mx plus b when you're given either 2 points or 1 point and the slope. Now the point-slope formula looks like this. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So let's look at a few examples of how to use this. So here we have an example. Write the equation of the line passing through the point 4, 7 with a slope of m equals 2. So first we're going to write out our equation. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And then we're going to go ahead and put a few things into here. So we can call this point here x1, y1. And so we substitute these values in. We get y minus 7 equals, and then our m is 2. 2 times x minus x1 is 4. So then we just solve this problem. We just kind of put everything together to change it to a y equals. So first we're going to distribute this 2. Y minus 7 equals 2x. 2 times x is 2x. And then 2 times minus 4 is minus 8. So now we have y minus 7 equals 2x minus 8. Then we add 7 to both sides, and we get y equals 2x minus 1. And that's our equation. And we can check to make sure that this indeed does pass through the point 4, 7 by plugging in the values of 4 and 7 into our equation to make sure that this gives us correct information. So if we take this, we're saying 7 equals 2 times 4 minus 1. Well, 2 times 4 is 8. So 8 minus 1 equals 7. So this is a true statement, so we can see that this indeed has a slope of 2, and it does pass through the point 4, 7. So let's look at another example. This one we're given 2 points. It says here, write the equation of the line passing through negative 3, 1 and 2, 7. So here we're given 2 points, and we need to write the equation. So first, we can say this is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. We need to find the slope. So m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is going to be 7 minus 1 over 2 minus negative 3. 7 minus 1 is 6. 2 minus negative 3 gives us 5. So our slope is going to be 6 over 5. Now we're going to go ahead and use our point-slope formula. So y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. And we can go ahead and start putting in some of our values. Y minus, so we said y1 was 1. So we're going to say 1 equals 6 over 5 times x minus, and then x1 is negative 3. Let's go ahead and simplify a little bit of this. y minus 1 equals 6 over 5 times x plus 3. So now what we need to do is go ahead and solve for just y to get y by itself. So first we need to distribute the 6 over 5 to these two values in here. So we get y minus 1 equals 6 over 5x, and then 6 over 5 times 3, you multiply the numerator by 3, and you'll get 18 over 5, and this does not simplify as a fraction. So we still want to get the 1 by itself, so we need to add 1 to both sides, and we're going to get y equals 6 over 5x plus 18 over 5 plus 1. To add these numbers, you need to change this to have the like least common denominator, which is going to be 5. So this is y equals 6 over 5x plus 18 over 5 plus 5 over 5. 18 plus 5 is going to be 23. And this comes out to be y equals 6 over 5x plus 23 over 5. Now we can go ahead and check to make sure that this does indeed pass through our points. So we know if we checked negative 3, 1, we'll go ahead, if we did that, we know it would work. And the reason we know it'll work is because that's the point that we used to put in to get this. So let's go ahead and check 2, 7 to make sure that that works. Let's make it a little more interesting. So we're saying that 7 equals 6 over 5 times 2 plus 23 over 5. So when we multiply these, we get 12 over 5 plus 23 over 5. This equals 35 divided by 5, which is 7. So 7 equals 7. So we can see that this line that we wrote our equation for, right over here, does indeed pass through our point 2, 7, and the other point, negative 3, 1. So the nice thing about the point slope formula is that it doesn't matter which of the points that you select to use your point slope formula in. So going back and looking at the previous example, we had the points negative 3, 1, and 2, 7. And we ended up getting a slope of m equals 6 over 5. And when we wrote out our equation, we got y equals 6 over 5 x plus 23 over 5. So would we have gotten this same equation if we would have used 2, 7 instead of 3, 1, negative 3, 1? So let's go ahead and do the same problem using a different point. So y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. But in this case, we're going to use 2 for x1 and 7 for y1. So y minus 7 equals m x minus 2. I should have put in that 6 over 5 for our m, so let's go ahead and just do that. Y minus 7 equals 6 over 5 times x minus 2. So let's go ahead and distribute the 6 over 5, and we're going to get y minus 7 equals 6 over 5x minus 12 over 5. So now we need to add 7 to both sides. So now we have y equals 6 over 5x minus 12 over 5 plus 7. And we need to get the least common denominator, which is going to be 5. So we're going to change 7, and we can say y equals 6 over 5x minus 12 over 5 plus 35 over 5. Because 35 over 5 equals 7. Negative 12 plus 35 gives us positive 23. So we end up with 23 over 5. And you can see this is the same equation that we had found from before. So you can see that it doesn't matter which of your points that you select when you're writing out your point slope formula, because you'll always get the same equation in the end. As long as you do it right, you get the same equation. So that's going to be it for our little discussion on the point slope formula. I hope that this has helped you learn a little bit. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you in the next. Goodbye.